What's up, guys? Adam Patterson here. And today I want to talk to you about never doing it for the money. And I'll give you some examples. For myself, when I was entering the job market, my thesis was that by the end of my life, I want to be working for myself. And I asked myself, what skills would I need? What would need to be true for that to be possible? I need to know how to manage money. I need to know how to keep it so that I had savings so that I never needed to work again. I needed to know how to invest it so that I could multiply it so that I could never work again and I could live off of potential dividend incomes or just portfolio increases that pay out once I sell stock. And I needed to know how to make money in the first place. And with that, you get into sales. And those were the three skill sets that I focused on for my entire life. I started off in high school and I was very, budgetary. I learned how to save money in high school. I focused a lot on defense. I had a job, of course. I had part-time jobs. I had my landscaping company, and I focused on saving every dollar that I could. I had little money jars for singles, tens, fives, if I ever got paid in cash, which was often. And then from there, I got into a job that did not pay me in cash, but I still had my landscaping company that did. And I still focused on saving as much money as possible. I wanted to see my bank account continue to rise and rise and rise. When I got into college, I continued to focus on building companies. And this is when I got focused into the digital world. It's when I saw that that was a landscape that was opening up or had opened up and was available to me as well. And I focused on creating dollars for income for myself through the digital world. And what I learned was I had the skill set to make a profit. It was just never enough profit that could cover all the bills. I still had to go and get a job. And I said, okay, what still has to be true? What is the difference between the jobs that I'm going into that are paying me a salary that can afford to pay me $36,000, $32,000 was my first starting salary. And then it increased to 36, and then it increased to 40. And since 40, I have never had a different salary. I do not have a salary anymore, obviously. I am an owner. I am commission-based fully, and I will put myself on a salary, but it still comes from commissions. We'll get into that at a later date. I still said what had to be true, and they were hiring me for a sales role, and every time that I got hired for a sales role, I wanted to go into sales because I knew every business needed to have sales in order to stay in business. You can't stay in business without someone selling something and making a profit. I wanted to go into sales because this is the skill set that I need. I know how to make money online. I need to know how to make money over the phone. And I already knew how to make money face-to-face because I had worked in face-to-face sales at the part-time job that I had worked at. It went from landscaping business making money to having a part-time job as a fry cook. And then I got a part-time job as an educational salesperson at a grocery store. And then I went into digital. And then I went into sales. And I never worried about the base salary because I knew all of the money was made in commissions anyways, because anytime that you look something up, sales positions always start the lowest possible salary they can offer you. It's basically working as a waiter or waitress where they offer you a low, and then say you make your money off of tips. It's the same thing. They offer you a base salary, which is basically minimum wage, and then you make all of your money off of commissions. If they were offering me a job to make money off of commissions and I end up making twice the salary or 3 times the salary in terms of what the salary that's offered, or 4 times or more, because there was people in the company making 10 times, 15 times, 20 times the salary, all of the money is made off of commissions. And I already knew this because I grew up with friends of parents and my own father who were salespeople. They were salespeople, they were business owners who sold, or they were salespeople. That was the only options. And it was the only thing that I ever enjoyed. But when I was young, I went into accounting in high school and I learned how to budget money and create my own balance sheet and track my net worth. When I was started in college, I was still building digital assets, but I was going to school for accounting. I was learning it more. I was learning about cash flows. I was learning about all these things. And then I realized that I didn't want to sit in an office. I wanted to go into sales. I pivoted and I just went into business because I'd already learned accounting, at least what I needed for personal finance and personal accounting and business accounting. I don't need to know all the intricacies of tax law and how to do these things. I can hire that out. But what I don't want to be able, what I could not hire in the first step is a salesperson. I can't start a company and then hire somebody and say, go learn how to sell for me. I wasn't creating a product. I just add a value add service. With that, I always took jobs for the base amount of pay. I never negotiated it because I didn't want to miss out on it. And the aim was to learn skills. The aim was to learn how to make money. The aim was to learn how to get to this next phase that I wanted in my life, my ending goal. I would take all of the money that they're willing to pay me. I paid for an education to go to college. A lot of people pay to go to high school. You pay to go to college. Everyone pays to go to college. And with that, the next step was I got paid to learn how to start my own company. I got paid to learn how to sell. I got paid to fail. I got paid to practice. And through all the time that I spent working sales positions, I got better and better and better. And then when I finally felt confident, I took the next step. I started my own company. I left my sales positions, my base time salary, and I started my own company to go out on my own, which was my final goal in the first place. But I took minor steps every step of the way to get there. And you need to take those little steps in order to make big leaps. Because if someone were to now start on the path that I started on, they are now going to have to spend 10 years working for somebody else, learning how to sell, switching markets, learning how to sell in different markets, and learning that sales is a translatable, transversable skill and skill set and mindset that you can then transfer into any industry. And once you find the industry that you like, you should go all in on it yourself. My main point here is focus on skill set. Do not focus on dollars, especially at a young age. People will pay you to do a job. Learn how to do it. Learn how to do it well. Learn how to do it better than anybody else. And then go do it on your own if that is your goal. If not, don't listen to the video. Don't follow along. Don't enjoy this. It's not going to be pertaining to you. But if you want to go out on your own and do something for yourself, this is the way to do it. This is the way to do it in the new age. You go get a job. You get paid to learn the skill. Do it very well, and then go off on your own and do it once you've gotten paid to learn and fail by somebody else, because now you have expertise and you can go out and trust yourself that you know what you're doing. Enjoy. I hope it helps.